What's up guys, welcome back to another review from Lightning Collector 2021. My name is Rob and today I'm going to be reviewing this SPD Yellow Ranger from the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. But before I get into that, if you want to see some other reviews, I've got some other Lightning Collection items this week that I will be reviewing. So if you're interested in seeing the Wild Force Putrid from the latest wave, and I've got my hands on a Mesogog, I will be reviewing those, so stay tuned, and if you want to see them, please consider subscribing. So far we've seen some in-hand photos abroad from various places that have been able to get their hands on these. There's no current release date for it, nothing announced by Hasbro just yet, but I should imagine it will come soon. So we don't know if this is coming in part of a wave or if it's going to be an exclusive. Now I have been told it will be an exclusive, but we don't know if that's going to change or not. So I did manage to get this through a contact that I know over in Malaysia. I will leave a link in the description if they have any left. But if you contact them directly, you can save quite a lot of money on shipping and they will discount it. If you just add 3 figures, it just charges you the full for the 3 figures and all that stuff. So if you are interested, you can check it out. I believe they're quite low on stock when I got these, so just be mindful that it's a possibility that they may have sold out since. But getting into the review, again, here she is, the SPD Yellow Ranger. So this is the last one that we are waiting on just to complete that core team of figures, and then we've got a couple of others, and then the A squad as well. So a really nice big packed display shelf for me anyway. So I've had a chance to look at this so far, just to make sure everything's there. So as they're all windowless packaging, I do want to double check that everything's where it should be, nothing's missing. I don't want to open this on camera and then there's no leg or something silly. So here it is. Looking at the box, we have got our render of the figure with a nice little bit of artwork at the top in the corner with our Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo, telling us we're expecting an SPD Yellow Ranger by Hasbro. On this side, we've got a really nice bit of artwork with our SPD Power Rangers logo. And then on this side, it's just telling us the same with a little photo of the helmet there. On the back, it's telling us what we're getting inside. So we're expecting a near-on 6-inch figure. Considering it's female, she's supposed to be a little bit shorter, so that's cool. Ready in the box with the civilian head, with a morpher holding hand on this side, a weapon holding hand on this side, action pose hands, with a little lightning effect piece, accessories to be able to make the weapon into a gun. We've got the morpher, which we'll talk about later, and a couple of buttons that stick on top to make it a gun, like in the picture. Again, as we've seen before, it's got the name of the Ranger, as well as the SPD Yellow Ranger, and then just our legal stuff on the bottom of the back and the bottom of the figure. And here is the figure. So out of the box, it does come with the civilian head, and I have swapped it round in the time that I've been playing about with it. And looking at the helmet, it does look very nice. The paint is really well done on this one, so I'm very, very happy with that. The SPD logo on the chest looks very nice, as well as the number on the suit. On the side of her arm, she has got the SPD logo badge. Here are the fists, or the hands that she comes with. So we've got our weapon holding hand and our morpher holding hand. Looking at the belt, it does look very nice, and it holds the weapons and accessories in there quite well. And the only downside to my figure, which is the same for all, that the yellowing on the chest is just slightly different than the arm and the leg. To be honest, when you've got it sort of posed back, it doesn't look too bad. You can't really notice it, but considering I'm used to these with all the pink Rangers that we're getting differences with the pinks, it doesn't really bother me too much. Looking at the accessories, so there is the little gun holder part, the handle of the gun you can transform it into. And then we've got a baton that sticks in the side of the holster there. She does come with an extended baton. We have got the morpher, which is unfortunately upside down, so it should read that way, but with the red lights at the top. So we all know and expected that because we've seen that in other pictures, which is a shame. Doesn't match the others, but it is what it is, unfortunately. We've got a couple of spare hands, which are just sort of posing hands, I'm guessing. our lightning effect piece that we've seen a few times before. And looking at the gun, this is how it just clips on the top. So we just pop that on the top there, and she now has her blaster, which is pretty cool. And we've got Z's head sculpt. I like this head sculpt. I like the fact that they've made the effort to show the ear coming through. So rather than just covering it with hair, it looks pretty nice. And her hair's tucked behind her ear on that side. And the face sculpt does look pretty good. Looking at the articulation on the figure, her head does go all the way around. This one is a little bit stiff. Doesn't look up too much and doesn't look down a whole lot, but does what it's supposed to do, I suppose. We have got butterfly joints on the shoulder. It does feel like we've gone back a little bit with this one because we have got a single jointed elbow. We've got some movement in the wrists. And we've got our upper body on a ball joint with some ab crunch, which is very stiff on my figure. The legs do come out quite nicely without all the stuff in the holsters. And we've got some upper thigh movement. We have got double jointed knees, but it is a pinned figure, as you can see on the side there. Got some movement at the top of the boot, and our normal on the rocker with the foot. So comparing her to our most recent female figure, obviously the difference in the legs there, she's got pins on this one hasn't, and then obviously we've got a double joint elbow on this one hasn't. This one does feel a lot more stable than this one. Doesn't feel too loose or overly stiff other than the head. I do prefer the pinned figures. I feel like the quality on them does tend to be a little bit better, and they're not as breakable or loose or anything like that. They just, to me, always feel a little bit better. And then comparing her with a male body mold, you can obviously see that the male's a bit bigger, obviously thicker as it should be. So you can just sort of see about the height difference there. Finally, the team is complete, so there they are, all 5 of them together, minus the A squad and everything that we've got with it as well. But there's the core team all finally complete, looking cool together. I'm so happy that they've done this. Only couple of bits of annoyance for me is just the inconsistency in the helmet. So you can see this one, she's got a different logo on the top of the helmet to this one. So his is all silver, hers is probably about right. His is all silver, hers is all silver, and then his is black and silver. So his has got a black underneath with a silver on top. From what I remember from the show, I believe that they should probably all match. I can't remember it well enough to confirm or deny that, so I'm sure you will let me know if I'm wrong, but they should at least all match. And I'd rather they just all been a solid silver if that's what they were going to do. So moving on to the final thoughts of this figure, please excuse the pose, but that's how she's going in the shelf, so I thought I would just leave her like that. But you can see all the nice little bits of weapons and stuff on there, so she's looking very cool. Definitely a solid figure. I was very excited about getting this, which is why I made the effort to grab this early. I wanted to finish off that shelf because she's been bugging me for ages, and as soon as I found out that she was coming out, I had to get her. My SPD display is probably one of my favourite that I've got, so very, very happy that that is now finished, minus any extras that we're going to get. When I imported this over, I did get 2 other figures with it, so I've got 2 of these, one for a friend of mine and one for me, plus the Mesogog for myself as well. So splitting the postage over that, we didn't overpay too much, so happy days. If the link is not in the description, it means that they've sold out, so there's no point me putting it there, but I will try my best to find out. The yellowing on the top half does not bother me at all. It looks like a solid figure. I'm happy with the pins that are in the joints. Definitely feel like the security is a bit there for me with the pinned figures. And if I know that a figure is going to be pinned and not pinless, I don't tend to worry about the quality control so much. It just feels to me like you're only then worrying about the paint. It is a shame about the morpher, but it is what it is. And if you're that worried, you could swap it out for another one that's not using theirs. Overall, very happy. As I said, solid figure. Really, really happy that this team's complete. So I hope you enjoyed this video, because that's enough for me from now. Very short and sweet video. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like. And if you want to see more and you want to check out Mesogog and the Putrid, please consider subscribing to my channel. But for now, I'll see you next time.